Hello and welcome to the channel. The governor of Osun State, Ademola Adeleke, has threatened the immediate past governor of the state, Gboyega Oyetola, and his wife to return government vehicles still in their possession or face criminal charges. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. Governor Adeleke threatens to sanction Oyetola wife for refusing to return government vehicles. The Osun State government has threatened to invoke criminal law on former Governor Gboyega Oyetola, his wife Kafayat Oyetola, and some officials of his government for refusing to return government vehicles it said are in their possession. Olawale Rashid, spokesperson of Governor Ademola Adeleke, said the concerned persons illegally took away government vehicles valued at 2.9 billion naira. But the All Progressives Congress APC said the former governor and officials are entitled to keep the vehicles. Mr. Oyetola also said he gave the vehicles to the officials in appreciation for their service to the state. On her part, Mrs. Oyetola said she never used or took away a government vehicle. However, Mr. Rashid, in a statement, gave the officials 48 hours to return the vehicles or face criminal charges. As things stand, the only law that will apply now except the vehicles are returned relates to criminal theft of public properties, and this will be invoked in the next 48 hours, he said. Mr. Rashid said there are no laws in the state that permit public office holders to take official vehicles home when they leave office. What the law provides is a possibility of auctioning off public properties if the need arises for such, submitting that such an exercise must pass through due process with the application of auctioning regulations and procedures. In this case, there was no auctioning of those vehicles, no tender payment, bidding and opening exercises. Without any legal foundation, vehicles cumulatively worth about 3.5 billion naira were shared out. Then, the affected officials admitted are still laughably justifying illegality bordering on a criminal infraction. Citing non-existing laws is embarrassing to those affected and the state as a whole. How can learned people be relying on such an illegal foundation instead of immediately returning government vehicles to the pool without further delay, Mr. Rashid said. The governor's spokesperson said the state government has records of all vehicles that were allegedly taken away by the former officials. Past officials have admitted bolting away with government vehicles. We have detailed records of all missing vehicles and which official is holding them. The Asset Recovery Committee will launch out on repossession and retrieval exercise in line with stipulations of the law, he claimed. If Oyetola's administration had done proper handover through coordinated transition, the team would have been saved from the embarrassing scenario of appropriating government properties without any legal basis, he said. Just as the past government misgoverned the state probably on false advice, sheer ignorance or deliberate wickedness, its officials went away with government vehicles, using tradition as law and exposing themselves and their principal to criminal trial, the spokesman concluded in a chat with journalists. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. The wife of former Governor Gboyega Oyetola, Kafayat, has described as false the allegation that she went away with her official car at the end of her husband's tenure last month. Mrs. Oyetola's spokesperson, Rotimi Ojayi, stated her position while responding to the allegation that the former governor, his wife, deputy, and some of his aides took away 11 vehicles they used as official vehicles. Mr. Ajayi told our reporter that the official vehicle that the wife of the former governor used was Toyota Land Cruiser and does not belong to the state government. However, the All Progressives Congress APC in the state acknowledged that Mr. Oyetola, his deputy, and former commissioners left with their official vehicles but said they were entitled to do so. Mr. Ajayi said his principal used a personal car throughout the 4 years she was the First Lady of the state. The vehicle in the possession of the wife of the former governor, the official vehicle, first of all, did not belong to the state. She was using her car throughout. I am sure they do not have their bearing in their papers correct, he said. Mr. Ajayi explained that Mrs. Oyetola left Oshogbo for Lagos at the expiration of the tenure of her husband as governor of Osun State. He said she traveled by air from Ibadan Airport to Lagos. There is nowhere the wife of the former governor took away any vehicle from here. Perhaps we might need to throw some light on how they even left Osun. They flew from Ibadan to Lagos, and the escort that took her from Oshogbo to Ibadan returned to Oshogbo, he said. Apart from a private vehicle that I told you, that is the Toyota Cruiser, no other vehicle, he added. The spokesperson also stated that Mrs. Oyetola bought some vehicles which were used for campaigning during her husband's failed re-election bid, stressing that the vehicles were private. Of course, we have some buses that we bought which were private that we were using for election. So that allegation is totally false. It was brought up by some mischievous elements who did not understand how government works and people who were not even prepared for governing and could not even go as much as find out information or details about which vehicles were allocated. That information is totally false. On his part, the chief press secretary to former Governor Oyetola, Ismail Omipidan, said he will react to the allegations soon. We will react, just give us some time, he said. However, in his own reaction, Kola Holabesi, media director of the All Progressives Congress APC in the state, said in a statement that former Governor Oyetola and his deputy are entitled to certain privileges after their service to the state. Mr. Olabisi stated that Mr. Oyetola and his former deputy left their offices with vehicles which their offices permit them to take home. For clarity's sake, the former governor and his deputy, by law and convention, are entitled to certain privileges, and these are well documented. Apart from those vehicles which their offices permit them to take home, they never took any other item, he said. The APC media director explained further that the former governor also approved that his commissioners and other appointees should go home with their official vehicles. He described the act as a gift for their meritorious service to the state. As for the commissioners and other appointees who are also statutorily entitled, the governor formally approved their used official vehicles to them as a gift for their meritorious service to the state, since they are not entitled to either pension or gratuity. It is also important to point out that this gesture is not limited to political appointees alone, as in the past, career officers had also been allowed to go home with their used vehicles as a gift on retirement for serving the state meritoriously. This fact can be verified as administrations before that of the immediate past practiced it. The Osun PDP-led government must for once be serious and should stop behaving like comedians, Mr. Olabisi said. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Bye.